What's up, everybody? Episode 117 of the Newberg Pod. Is it advice, guys? Is it Newberg and Hannah? Who the fuck knows? There's so many possibilities. It could be anything. Hannah's in a car. Is she on the run from the law? Is she packed up and moving? Are those boxes by? Is that a dresser?
It's it's like a shelf, but I think I'm gonna use it as like a TV stand.
Okay, so you're mid move right now.
Yeah.
Mid move right now. Okay, we have to address Josh is either hungover or asleep. We were supposed to do an episode, but I haven't heard from him. In fairness, he was up late last night, so who knows? Who knows?
The world will never know.
So all the people who are waiting to get questions answered this week, we're so sorry. We're just going to move on. So you're moving. Where are you? So you're moving from bad internet apartment to new apartment. What area are you moving to?
West Hollywood.
We're going to be neighbors.
Yeah.
What cross streets?
Do you know where like the like what is this street? Like kind of like Fountain and Kirsten or Gardner?
Oh wow, you're super close.
Mm-hmm.
Are you moving into a house or an apartment?
An apartment
By yourself or with roomies?
by myself.
What?
I know, finally.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Are you so excited?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to have my own space, to be able to decorate it the way I want to. I was talking to ChatGPT this morning, like how should I lay out my apartment and everything. And yeah, now I just need to find furniture. I'm
Hmm.
gonna be on a hunt for that because all I have right now is like a bed and a dresser. So I need
Is it a
living room
studio?
furniture.
Is it a
No,
studio?
it's a 1 bedroom.
You have a living room.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So you were talking about using Chat GPT. What do you use? Like, what else do you use it for?
Sometimes I sometimes I ask Chad to pull me some tarot cards. I ask it my medical questions. I talk to it about life problems. Like God, I used to talk to it about Music Man all the time. Like
Hilarious. That is so funny. I think everybody uses Chat GPT as their like secret indoor therapist,
yeah,
psychologist, secret friend. I talk to it about food all the time,
yeah,
and I'm like, this is what, and it's so like California-ish positive. It's like your day is like the best day ever, bro. You're like crushing it with calories, and it's like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
it talks to me like it's my best friend. It's like OMG girl. Like it's really funny.
That is so fun. Have you named yours?
No, I'll be like, hey chat.
No, I named mine. Mine's named Wilson.
Really?
Yeah, like it's so funny because every time I log in, I'm like, "What's up, Wilson?" And it always responds, "Hey there, cool cat." Yeah, it's pretty fun. What's going on with? Do you still have a boyfriend?
I do, yeah.
It's been how long?
Since we've been like officially dating, I mean, shit, we're hanging out a week before we started dating. Like I guess month and a half.
Have you been like manically depressed in a month and a half?
I'll say I like went through a rough patch like a week or so ago. Just because I was like stressed out about everything I need to be getting done in life and moving and just getting my life together. Because I fear that my biggest issue in life is immersing myself into other people's lives so that I don't have to worry about my own. But then that catches up to me because I'm like, "Ugh, but I have a life and I need to do my life."
So you've said many times, well, not many times because a lot of times it was respectfully unsuccessful because you were trying to sponge into someone else's existence, but they kept being like no, and now this person's like yeah, and you're like, do you try to like morph and take over their whole personality, and like you just like you're all about whatever they're doing and you kind of forget what you're doing?
I mean, I feel like for like the first mm, like month we were hanging out, it was definitely like we both were just like dicking around, just kind of like enjoying each other's company and
Right.
like just like getting to know each other, having fun, whatever. And then I feel like for kind of like the last like 2 weeks, we're like, okay, wait, like we both need to like work on our own lives, and then like relationship has to be able to fall into that. Um, So like he's been working a lot on like trying to get, clothing stuff done because that's what he does. And then I've obviously my main priority right now is moving. And then, once I get settled into my new place, then I feel like I'll have like a better headspace to be like, okay, now like I can work on music or acting. But like right now I'm just trying to be like, I need to move. I need furniture. I need to be doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a wonderful experience moving by yourself for the first time, and you get to do so much stuff. It's so great. Like if you want your place to be a mess, it can be. It's yours. Like not
Yeah.
constantly, but if you just like, let's say last night you decided you don't want to move a pizza box, guess who gives you a hard time about it? Nobody.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. I've been dealing with not moving stuff, but I was thinking about like how do you well, I'll talk about how I do it. I realize like in my business where I'm constantly coming up with jokes
Mm-hmm.
and I'm constantly coming up with show ideas and I guess challenges for TV shows and different things. What I farm through with more than anything else is rejection. Like I am constantly dealing with rejection. It's
Yeah.
nonstop, and it's this morning I got I'll read it. This morning I got a rejection from a show that I pitched, and the email was, let's see, where is it? It said do inbox. Okay. It says, uh, hey, thanks, Justin. Apologies for the delay in getting back to you. We reviewed the two concepts Chris sent in. One reminds us of one that we tried to get sold years ago called Armchair Detective. Even though it was a while ago, we shopped it around a few different times and couldn't have any success with it. So I'm going to politely pass. I was hoping we could adapt a different part of it, but it just didn't work, and we don't really want to go down that road again. So I write back, um, I write back, and this is my point: is you can't ever. All that matters is this person. This is one person of hundreds of production companies in
Yeah.
the city, and all you need is one person to be about it. So
Yeah.
I wrote my response. I said, "Thank you for sharing this with me. He passed. Makes sense. He had no luck with an idea similar several years ago. However, my thoughts are moving forward. It's one person, and several years ago was not the time for the level of popularity that true crime currently has. Of course, he has his opinion, and I think it's wonderful and very insightful. We will obviously move ahead and find success where we need to find it. All we need is one. Thank you again for sharing this. I'll take it as a positive. But you can't read that and not read it as fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Like there's no possible way to take rejection and be cool about it. Like you
Yeah.
can't. There's because it's discouraging.
Mm-hmm.
You become disheartened. You can say all of the Rocky quotes you want. You can just be like, all you got to do is keep getting back up every time you get knocked down. Yeah, but getting knocked down still sucks.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where it's like my day is ruined from it because it's not. But it's like one of you fuckers just like all I need is one person to be on board. All
Yeah.
anyone needs is one person to be on board, and then you can take it to the next level. And then it's just you're showered with so many different with social media, with online stuff, with your friends, with Instagram, with different with every story. There's no negative news filter.
Yeah.
Everything is positive. Everything is unless it's the actual news where it's all death and murder. But outside of that Instagram, it's all victory and sold out shows and I book this part and it's like
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like, where is the realness of the I submitted to 42 different companies and 41 said no. And I kept going. Like, where's that? Where's the 41? Where's the feeling of the 41? That's such a real part of it.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, especially like you said, like on social media, people only show like the good stuff. But it's like, I mean, in reality, especially in the entertainment industry, music, model, just like all of this creativeness, majority of it is rejection. But like, obviously, nobody highlights that.
It's
But it's like, we're all going through it.
and the thing about it is it's funny to me because it's rejection from one person's opinion and everyone's opinions are different. And this is a person who is just in the business of guessing also, like
Yeah.
record companies, TV station, TV creators, movie, like these are all people. No one has any clue until it actually works. Like
Yeah.
you can't, like, okay, Billie Eilish, like massive, successful, talented person. I don't know her story of how she got signed. She lives in an apartment with her brother in Silver Lake or wherever it is. She's writing music and um, he's recording like her first hit. He was recording stop signs or like walk signals, the bum, like whatever the loop was. He got that off of a street, like walk don't walk thing, the
Hmm.
rhythm for that. So he
Hmm.
records that. He puts it in the thing. Then all of a sudden, this 17-year-old girl comes out of a song about wanting to fuck your dad. Next thing you know, and she's bleeding in a video, and it's like she's spitting stuff all over the place, and it's the biggest thing in the world,
Yeah.
and it connects with so many people. I'd be curious to see how many people turned her down before it went, or if someone was just like, yeah, absolutely. And then right after her, you hear no less than 9,000 other artists who all sing and sound like her.
Hmm.
And it's the same thing. It was the same thing with, Seattle and the grunge sound or whatever that was. And it's just everybody's trying to do stuff, and there's so much stuff. And I was just thinking this morning about rejection, and not again from genuinely being discouraged, but not in any way put off or defeated. People deserve a lot more credit
Yeah.
for getting kicked in the nuts.
Yeah.
There's a,
It's like we all like have to have tough skin, but at the end of the day, it's like it still fucking gets to you.
it does. It's like it's a lot of nut kicking.
Yeah.
Like you're having success now in your relationship. You for the past 6 months, like this isn't. I'm not making fun of you. For the past 6 months, you get kicked in the nuts a bunch. You
Yeah.
just like think about where you are right now in this moment, in the successful position and situation that you're in because you made a change, you took action. You're getting ready to get out of an apartment situation that you hate. You're getting ready to live by yourself. You're with a partner that you communicate with, who you both are like, whoa, we had this amazing month of, bunny fucking and hanging out 24/7. And now all of a sudden we're like, whoa, let's figure out, like, let's find our way back to ourselves and
Yeah.
include this into it, coupled with the maniacal insanity that was you jumping out of the car before. Like, that's everybody, that's every creative, that's every
Yeah.
artist. We're all at that manic jumping out of the car place
Yeah.
until we're at the sitting in the car place with the dresser in the back. But we can't get to the place where you are now unless you go through this rejection period, and there's no possible unit of measure that's consistent for each person.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own everyone has their own degree of difficulty course that they need to charter. Like there's no rock and roll university. That's why American Idol doesn't work, because it's like it just doesn't. Like, oh, you're
Yeah.
really good at karaoke. You're better singing karaoke than everybody else. Here's a song that our team of best songwriters in the world wrote for you. Oh, now you're not on TV every week. Why, having 8 million people watch you? Now you have to go on your own and compete with the 900 other people who are trying to do it in your city alone. Oh, you're not a success. There's nothing like that compared to. Did you by chance? You're familiar with Led Zeppelin, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch the Led Zeppelin doc, the making of Led Zeppelin doc that's
No.
on? Okay, so it's a great documentary. It's on Hulu. It talks about how Jimmy Page formed the band. So it starts
Yeah.
off with Jimmy Page, and he's like, I was a guitar prodigy from the age of like 6. All I did was play guitar constantly. That's all I did. I just played guitar. So much so that by my late teens and early 20s, I was a session musician, and I was
Yeah.
playing in the studio on all these incredible rock records. All these big rock stars would have me play in the studio on their tracks. Their bass player, John Paul Jones, his father was a musician. He was a vaudeville musician, and he played saxophone, and he taught John how to play bass, or John wanted to play bass. John became a prodigy. All he did was play bass. He's bass, 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 bass. And then John Bonham was this incredible session drummer. All he did was play drums. All he did was play drums. He was the best drummer. So all three of these, the greatest people, then meet
Yeah.
with Robert Plant, who's obviously was such an incredible vocalist. Robert Plant was like, I was starving. I was broke. And they all get together. And it's like, there's no stopping that force
Yeah.
of person. Like there's no tons of rejection in any of their careers. They just became massive. And it's there's just so much stuff now. It's really challenging to stay level headed. And I just think congratulations to anybody who can do that, because there's
Yeah.
so much stuff and so many people and so
I
many
def-
things.
I definitely think that like throughout the 7 years I've lived here, like I definitely am jaded a bit from like thinking I'm on like the verge of a great opportunity and then it just comes crashing down and I'm like, it happens to everybody, but I'm like, God, I'm so sick of being like the verge of opening the door and then it just gets like slammed in my face and I'm like, oh, all right. And then it's like, okay, now what door do I go through? Is it also gonna slam in my face again? It's just like it gets to the point sometimes where like obviously like I'm not the type of person who ever's gonna give up, but it's just so hard to not compare yourself to other people, or you want to hope for the best but almost in a way expect the worst so you don't you know get as upset as as you could be with whatever could happen. But yeah, there's just times where I'm just like, fuck, like when's it gonna work?
There's way more days of fuck than there are the successful days, and
Yeah.
that's what people don't realize in when it comes to creativity. And
Yeah.
my manager and I had lunch the other day, and he said most people. He said something that fucking stuck in my head. He goes, whenever someone tells me I'm happy, I'm like cool, and I wait for a day for them to be miserable, and I'm like mind blown. And I
Yeah.
and I, and I was like, what do you mean by that? Because everybody can be happy for short periods of time. Life is full of tons of misery with short spurts of happiness. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a horrible way to look at it, but I couldn't argue with him.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to maintain a level. It's like the easiest thing in the world. I guess the easiest thing in the world is to be miserable. It's the easiest thing in the world. And
Yeah.
it's so hard to stay happy. Being happy for a short period of time, super easy. Super easy. But maintaining happiness at a realistic level, surrounded by all these external shoutings of people doing super well or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I posted a joke right before the podcast. And okay, so here's an example. So I have been, I don't know, performing since 1987,
Yeah.
87. So um, for a long time, for 13 years in a band without any sort of social media or whatever, I think I did pretty well in the music business and I had a
Hmm.
lot of success. Then I started comedy, 25 years. And for the longest time, I had, I didn't understand social media. I still don't understand it. I still don't understand what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I had a fan page with like 500 people on it. I don't even know when I started it. Maybe I started it back when I was at the EGT in 2011. In
Yeah.
the past month, I've gotten over 7 million views, 35,000 followers on this Facebook page that's just repost. I just reposted my
Yeah.
Instagram videos. I posted this joke, and it's just a joke, and obviously, and the joke is uh, Trump is only starting World War III to distract everyone from my podcast, which obviously no one listens to our podcast. You know what I mean? Like 100 people. And
Yeah.
and I had like 4 people be like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I'm like, "What? Do you, like, how dumb is like? How do you
Yeah.
not just understand?
Like that's the point. Exactly.
You're following a comedy page. What do you think? Just because I said one name, it's bananas. It makes me laugh, and it makes me just crack up. It's just like I don't understand it, but like I don't understand like followers are a currency that you can never spend. It's like what does it mean? It doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything.
Yeah.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Like 13,000 right now.
Great. And does that do anything for your life?
No.
Okay. But there are people who have like 5,000 who talk to you and they're like, whoa, you have like 13,000.
Yeah.
Haven't you heard that?
Yeah.
Of course. Now I have 109,000. Do you know what that does for me?
Nothing.
Nothing. But it's not even cool to say like what do you it's like you get to like all people are like, oh, all you need to do is get to 100,000. Okay, I'll get you 100,000. Get you 100,000. You're like, yeah, I got here. and it's like you're standing on a cliff, you're looking around, but it's not like a cliff, it's like Runyon. It's like you get to the top of Runyon. You're like, why
Yeah.
are there all these fucking dogs up here? And there's all these, and it's it's not that big of a deal. And then, but there's a bunch of other people here, and then you got to walk down,
Yeah.
and it's just, I don't know. I find it so entertaining, frustrating, exciting, inspiring.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like I this like a little over a week ago, I was reached out to by this clothing brand that
oh yeah,
my
you told me
friend
this.
is. Yeah, well, it ended up being a scam.
Shut up.
Yeah. It was someone using the brand's name to email me, and like I didn't catch on until they sent me a contract, and then like in the contract there was like misspellings, the spacing was all weird, and then like the email and the contract wasn't the same email they were emailing me off of. And I just like I was, oh, and then the kicker was they because originally they were saying they wanted to send me $3,000 a month to like post 5 times a month in their clothes.
It's awesome.
But then when I was like reading the contract, it was like, but for your first package, you need to send us $200, and then we'll like reimburse you for it. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, but like any brand sending out clothes for you, like you're not gonna have to pay anything for that.
Right.
And so then I just knew based off of that, I like sent it to my friend who knows the brand. I put it into ChatGPT. I was texting some other people who have like worked with brands before, and I was like, does this seem legit? And everybody's like, no, this is a scam, this is a scam. And then like the brand itself got back to like my friend and was like, yeah, no, like this wasn't me, like tell her not to put in any information. And I'm just like, well, fuck. I
Mm.
thought I was on the verge here of like making some extra change every month, and then I'm just like, well, not for me.
But that's great that you didn't get sucked into it.
Yeah, but I still like gave them my name, and I was just like, I don't know, like, yeah.
But you didn't give them any money. They're big money. Like I even today, like there's so many pit holes and pratfalls for scams. Like this morning, like I couldn't download my bank information,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, and I couldn't get online. I couldn't get onto the site, and I was like, it's been down for 4 days. That makes no sense. So I got a hold of, excuse me, someone at the bank, and they were like, have you cleared your cookies or whatever? And I was like, no. And so I did that, and I cleared it, and it worked fine. But I was trying to get on the app. I couldn't get on the app, so I called the phone number because I googled how to call the number, and I was like, and he's like, hello, and he's like, can I help you? And I was like, yeah. Is this? I'm like, is this LPL? And he's like, can I help you? And I was like, yeah, you can help me. Is this LPL? Well, I'm here to give you $100 gift certificate. Go fuck yourself. I don't want a $100 gift certificate. I want to know if I'm talking. And then I like looked up the number, and it was a scam number. They were trying to get me to go like do that $100 gift card thing where you send them Apple cards or whatever. It's crazy shit everywhere.
Yeah.
What happened with weren't you talking to one of the pumps? On the TV shows? Weren't you talking to somebody?
Well,
Oh,
okay, yes, I did my interview, and I really egged it on. I really I mean, it's me, it's my character, but I was really just like, yeah, like I am times 10, this is who I am. But they just reached out to me. I need to send in like more pictures and videos for them to edit my casting video together.
okay. And so what character are you going to go in for?
I mean, I just said, I was like, drama loves to find me, I fear, and that I like to stir the pot a little bit. I like to tell people the tea.
Okay. But are you going to be like, I haven't seen the show. Is there like, now have you, okay, so many questions. Have you
I
already
mean,
had
I haven't
come,
seen the show either, but I was just saying that like
is it a new show or is it a spin-off of one of the,
it's a spin-off of a show.
right. Okay. So do you think your boyfriend's going to be cool if you, because you're going to be portrayed way differently than what actually happens on the show.
Yeah, of course.
You
I
understand that?
mean, yes, of course. And I definitely was like, yeah, I'm like, I love to stir the pot. I could see them easily trying to portray me as like, I was like, I feel like people think I'm like very sweet and innocent. Not to say I'm not, but I'm definitely like a bit of a, I love to find the drama. But so I could see them easily spinning me to be maybe a villain in some way, shape, or form. But um Yeah, I mean, he's very encouraging. Like at one point we were talking, and he was just like, "I hate reality TV shows. I feel like it's just a bunch of bimbos." And I was like, "Do you think I shouldn't do it?" And he was like, "No, like you're super cool. Like they'd be dumb not to cast you. I feel like you'd be like the first like cool person on reality TV." And I'm just like, okay, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I think it's gonna be cool. I mean, it's something in a weird way. It's not surprising at all because it's something that you asked for.
Yeah,
Like you literally asked for it, not that show by name, but you
yeah,
said that's what you asked for. So if it happens,
yeah,
it's another example of absolutely be careful what you wish for because
yeah,
it comes right to you.
yeah,
Um, that's so fun. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna since we're near the last 5 minutes. So this was fun. It was nice catching up with you.
yeah.
Let's. I'm gonna read jokes, and then you're gonna see if it inspires you to talk about anything about the jokes. Okay, you ready?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'll go back. Uh, okay. First off, okay, I was on. Do you know Facebook Marketplace?
I love Facebook Marketplace.
I got an ad for Facebook Marketplace yesterday, and it was four corners on my phone. One it said uh, $9,900 for a 2014 Porsche. $200 for DJ equipment. Then underneath that, it would said Bang and Bounce dating site, like chat date 1.8 miles away, and a girl who looks sweaty. And then next to it, it says Tina, 40 years old. So I can go on the site and I can buy a 40-year-old, a Porsche, and DJ equipment for under 10 grand. That's crazy. What do you like? What do you use Marketplace for?
I mean, right now I'm using it to look at furniture.
And you're having success with it.
I mean, right now I'm just like saving a bunch of things because I need to figure out like I'm trying to figure out like the I feel like I know the color scheme of what I want my place to be, but it really all depends on like what color couch am I getting? Will kind of depend on like what color rug I'm getting. Will depend on like what color accent chair I want to get. Like there's just like little things where I'm like it really I kind of all want to center it around of like what color the couch is going to be.
Okay, I get it. So you're gonna get are you gonna get a used couch?
Yeah, I mean, shit, I can't afford a fucking brand new anything.
Okay, you don't need to yell at me in front of the baby. Just asking. Did you do marching or protesting the other day?
No, I've been any day that there was a protest, I was at work.
Okay. I had a friend reach out to me. Like I hurt my foot really bad like 3 weeks ago, and I'm finally healed. And
Yeah.
I couldn't walk. So like if you can't walk, you can't walk. And a friend
Hmm.
was like, "You have a big voice and a big following. Did you march?" And I was like, "My foot hurt. I didn't walk. I didn't leave the apartment."
Yeah.
And she goes, I would have. She's like, I would have been out there with a wheelchair. And I was like, well, I didn't have a fucking wheelchair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Um, People on both sides, always fun. Political, very funny. Okay, let's see. Do 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 do. 42% of Gen Z say that monogamy is outdated, and I learned that when I was out dating 42% of them.
But I don't think monogamy is I don't think people think that way. I just think with just especially with social media, it's so hard for people to stick to one person for like a normal amount of time because they see someone, they like them off the bat, and then like they start to see like little cracks and things. And instead of like being able to work through it like a normal relationship would, they're just like, oh wait, but there's like 100,000 other pretty girls out here. Let me find someone better. And that's just like that's the issue with dating nowadays because you see so many other options instead of working through things.
It's really funny because we frequent the Barneys at an earlier hour than you do.
Yeah,
There's always girls your age who are super pretty and
yeah,
super single, and my friends who are always talking about how hard it is to be single. They never talk to them, but
yeah,
it's like it's literally like you could just like shake a stick at it and like 14 more fall out of the place. They're everywhere.
yeah.
It's crazy, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to deal with that. All right, thanks for ruining my joke. Let's see. Here's my impression. This might be too close to home for you. But
Okay.
here's my impression of a fuck boy pickup line. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Uh, hey, do you want to go out tonight? Or are you a fucking bitch? Too real? Okay, sorry.
I don't think that would ever work.
I bet it would work on some people. The only reason people say stuff like that is because they've said it before with success.
I feel like if someone approached me and said that, I would be like, huh? Like, I'm so sorry. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, and then you'd be like, okay, fine. Have you ever heard of the band Guar?
No.
Okay, then never mind. Um, let's see. Wait, two more.
Okay.
Um, I gotta find a good one here. Have you seen the Titan submersive doc?
No, I haven't.
Are you familiar with what the Titan submersible is?
Yes, of course.
I wanna watch the documentary, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried that it may make me afraid of going onto a submarine operated by a video game controller with a stubborn billionaire. No. Just remember when you worked at Laugh Factory, you thought I was funny. That's all I wanted. I'm just saying. Just I want you to know that.
I did already see that joke on your social media.
Fine. Thanks for responding to it. Okay, let's see. Last one. Oh, did you ever? Okay, last thing. Brian Wilson died. Very sad, right? From the Beach
Mm-hmm.
Boys.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever notice that like most Beach Boy song titles sound like penis nicknames?
No.
Yeah, because you got Sloop John B. Fun, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
I get around, good vibrations, help me, Rhonda. God only know. Come on. All right. Okay. Well, do the thing, Hannah. Do the thing.
Yeah, no, that's great. I feel like did you know the Bare Naked Ladies?
I used to open for them.
Really?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh my god, they used to be like my favorite band growing up. But they had a song about Brian Wilson.
Yeah, lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That's just every time I hear Brian Wilson, I think of that.
Yeah, I think the song begins with "Drove downtown in the rain." Isn't that right?
I don't remember. It's
Yeah.
been a minute. I used to have like their one of their albums they had on a DVD, and they had music videos to
Hmm.
every song on the album, and I used to watch that religiously.
If I had $1 million.
If I had $1 million.
Yeah, it's such a great song. All right, do the bye bye thing.
Okay, you guys, we didn't give advice, but if you still want to give some advice, you can email us at adviceguys11@gmail.com. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Newberg and Hannah, Advice Guys, all of the above. We're here, we're doing the thing. And then, you can follow us on any social media. Listen and follow, and like give us your questions, and like write us in, and
It's probably my favorite part of every episode. It really is. It is. All right, good job, everybody. See you next week.